Vikram Sarabai, born August 12, 1919 and died December 31, 1971. In your unit 1 of the second of the fourth semester English portions syllabus, we could see this lesson propping out as a second lesson in your first unit. So it's going to talk all about Vikram Sarabai's life story. His biography: Vikram Sarabai was an award-winning physicist, industrialist, and innovator. Considered the father of the Indian space program, Sarabai is also credited with establishing Indian Space Research Organization. So he is a person who established this ISRO. Born to wealthy industrials in the city of Ahmedabad in Gujarat on August 12, 1919, Vikram Sarabai earned his doctorate from Cambridge University. During his time at Cambridge, he studied cosmic rays and published many research papers on it. After returning to India, he founded the Physical Research Laboratory (PRL) in Ahmedabad on November 11, 1947. When he was 28 years old, he found this. So it is something very crucial to this person who has started his career as a young physicist. After PRL, Sarabai set up the Space Applications Center in Ahmedabad and guided the establishment of ISRO. So the main seed for ISRO was sown by Vikram Sarabai. So his education at Cambridge University and at Ahmedabad in Gujarat, all these like he was born in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, and he studied schooling and college also in Gujarat, and all these things that made him, sow the seed for this applications oriented and the space research organization. What led Vikram Sarabhai to find ISRO? Actually, after the launch of Russia's Sputnik satellite, Sarabhai felt the need for India to have a space agency as well. So he convinced the Indian government to start the Indian National Committee for Space Research Program with the following quote: "There are some who question the relevance of space activities in a developing nation. To us, there is no ambiguity of purpose. We do not have the fantasy of competing with economically advanced nations in the exploration of the moon or the planets or manned space flight. But we are convinced that if we are to play a meaningful role nationally and in the community of nations, we must be second to none in the application of advanced technologies to the real problems of man and society." So the main purpose of his planning out this ISRO was not actually having the fantasy of competing with someone who is already grown. Like he was saying that advanced technologies will always help a nation grow. So this was one basic thing he wanted to stress. So his vision and commitment led to the establishment of INSCOPER during the Nehru government. It was later rechristened as the Indian Space Research Organization. Contributions. Major contributions of Vikram Sarabai in the field on space and science. Vikram Sarabai helped Homi Bhabha set up India's first rocket launching station, which was built in St. Mary Magdalene Church near Trivandrum. The first flight was a sodium vapor payload and was launched on 21st November 1963. So all this contribution, if you see, it was only oriented towards science and research. The first flight was a sodium vapor payload. And then you could see Sarabai started a project that would lead to the building of India's first artificial satellite orbiting the Earth. Launched in July 1976, the Aryabhatta was launched 4 years after the death of Sarabai on the Kapustin Yar, a Russian rocket. So he set up India's first market research organization that aimed to apply modern analytical research to meet the needs of clients. So the organization was called Operations Research Group. So it's like helping out the needed, helping out the needy, or helping out the future India to prosper in technological aspects. So all these things could be put under the banner called the contributions which Vikram Sarabhai made in this field of physics. The most important institutions founded by him was Vikram Sarabai Physical Research Laboratory, Ahmedabad; Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad; Community Science Center, Ahmedabad; Darpan Academy for Performing Arts, Ahmedabad, along with his wife; Vikram Sarabai Space Center, Thiruvananthapuram; Space Application Center, Ahmedabad; Faster Breeder Test Reactor, Kalpakkam; Variable Energy Cyclotron Project Calcutta, Electronics Corporation of India Limited Hyderabad, Uranium Corporation of India Limited Bihar. So you could see the various contributions. This man is totally different. Like we could see all for all these particular things which stays something very great nowadays. Like it's a seed sown by this great physicist, that particular period of time, which has emerged something great today. All our space and other activities in technology has improved because of this Vikram Sarabai. We should be grateful to such personalities born and brought up in India. We should salute to such people. So Sarabai's when we see legacy, a crater on the moon was named in his honor in 1973 by the International Astronomical Union in Sydney, Australia. On July 22, 2019, ISRO launched the first lander rover module from India to travel and land on moon and study it. The lander carrying the rover was named Vikram. The Vikram lander is scheduled to touch down to the lunar surface on September 7 of 2019. But actually, this during this return only, like if you are knowing things, very well, this had happened to have get itself into problem. So if you have knowing or continuously having a touch of this as rover's history, you would know that there was a problem in 2019 while landing. The Vikram Sarabai Space Center, which is ISRO's lead facility for launch vehicle development, located in Thiruvananthapuram. So it is a launch vehicle development where they make the vehicles. Okay, is named after his in his memory. Indian Postal Department released a commemorative postal stamp on his first death anniversary. The Space Science Day is observed in India every year on 12th August. So he was a recipient of Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Prize and many more to his applause. Like we it's not like this. So when we go into his personal life, son of Ambadal Sarabai, he came from the famous Sarabai family of India, who were major industrialists committed to the Indian independence movement. Vikram Sarabai married the classical dancer Lalani in 1942. The couple had two children. His daughter Mallika gained prominence as an actress and activist, and his son Kartikeya too became an active person in science field. During his lifetime, he practiced Jainism. He attended Gujarat College Ahmedabad, but later moved to University of Cambridge, England, where he took his trips in natural sciences in 1940. In 1945, he returned to Cambridge to pursue a doctorate and wrote a thesis, Cosmic Ray Investigations in Tropical Latitudes, in 1947. So when we go with this awards, Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Award, Padma Bhushan Award, Padma Vibhushan, posthumous, that is after his death he got, President of the Physics Section Indian Space Congress, President of General Conference of IAEA Varina, Vice President 4th UN Congress on Peaceful Uses of Atomic Energy, and Vikram Sarabai Space Center, a research institute specializing in solid and liquid propellants for rockets, located in Thiruvananthapuram, capital of Kerala state, is named in his memory. In 1974, the International Astronomical Union at Sydney decided that a moon crater vessel in the Sea of Serenity will be known as Sarabai crater. So this is all the fame and the names behind the great personality Vikram Sarabai. So he passed away on December 30, 1971, at the age of 52. He died in a hotel room in Kerala after witnessing the launch of the Russian rocket and laying the foundation stone of the Tamba railway station earlier the same day. So he just then happened to go for a foundation stone laying of the foundation stone near the Tamba railway station, and when he was at his room in Kerala, he happened to die. So this was his the death story, and more of it we could see in your book. If you are getting your books, kindly go through your book also. But it has a story behind, and we have a lot of questions that follow. Please do go through the questions and try to answer them, because you have the questions in the form of paragraph not in the form of paragraph, sorry, in the form of um, comprehensions. So you should be very careful in reading the comprehension given and answer them accordingly. Thank you. Meet you in the next lesson.